watching this video. We are all working through this pandemic and the financial impact of it on your taxes and your personal finances. We're up with the late night coffees and keeping this thing going. I know we sent an email out last week with some links to key resources. I encourage you to continue to look through those resource links, and they are also put on this video. Here are the key provisions with the CARES Act and what's been going on with your taxes. I want to run through these somewhat briefly just to give you a heads up of what's going on. The rebate recovery checks, it was announced last night that the IRS expects to get those out in the next 3 weeks. Continue to check that IRS link from our previous email for updates, and I anticipate the IRS will have a calculator put on their website soon so you can see what your rebate is. There are some ability to take early distributions penalty-free from IRAs or employer-sponsored plans up to $100,000, and you can pay that back over anytime in the next 3 years. I would strongly advise you consult your financial advisor on that. We're not sure yet if the 1099 will be issued in the year it's been distributed. Again, a lot of these things that pass usually take months to get guidance on, and we're trying to provide information as soon as possible. If you're in a situation where you are in extremely dire straits, this is something to consider. Or it could be a tax planning tool, potentially if your income goes down. But again, consult your advisor. Probably the biggest opportunity and the most amount of questions we're getting surround 3 things. 2 of them are here in the small business benefits. The first one is the PPP. That stands for Paycheck Protection Program. I just saw the application this evening. It's pretty straightforward. It's about 4 pages. We're still waiting on guidance and waiting for banks to get the applications up on their websites for you to submit. I strongly encourage anyone that is a business owner that could benefit from this to apply. Worst case, you get the money and you don't use it all and you give it back. What documentation you're going to need, we're not sure. I assume it's going to be W-2s and 1099s. There's some questions out there as far as if you use subcontractors that are not 1099, if they're an S corporation, or what if they didn't make over the 1099 limit? Will you get a credit for that? We don't know all the answers. I'm going to implore you to check with your bank, work with your banker, be patient with the bankers. They are going to see an extreme amount of value. What we do know is whatever your average payroll amount per month, which we believe is going to include subcontractor pay, whatever that is. So if your payroll is $120,000 per year, then your average payroll would be $10,000 a month. You will get a $25,000 to be used, and if you use those funds over the next 8-week period after accepting the funds for qualified expenses, that loan converts to a grant, tax-free. So that's the PPP. The other major program is called the EIDL program. That's the Economic Disaster Loan Program. A link to that application. So I'm going to back up. The PPP program, you apply through your bank. You do not apply directly with the SBA, although information about the program is on our previously sent links. The EIDL program application, that's the program where you apply directly with the SBA. My advice is to apply for both. Even if you can't, I'm really uncertain if you can have both. I've heard from most people that if you get the EIDL, you could take that loan and roll it into a PPP. But I would apply for both. When you apply for EIDL, you're not allowed to request a loan amount. The SBA will determine that, and you don't have to accept the loan. So why not apply for both? There are some other small business provisions, and as you know, we're going to continuously provide information as soon as we can. The third thing we're getting a ton of calls on and emails are unemployment benefits. Please remember that unemployment benefits are administered on a state-by-state basis. The previously sent link has a flow through to each state's website. What we understand is that S Corp owners, gig economy folks, and contractors, 1099 people, are now eligible for unemployment. We do not know how that's going to be administered by the state. And like I've said before, we have over 2,000% increase in unemployment claims. My advice is to apply for unemployment at your earliest convenience. Try to get through. We do not have a magic wand. We do not have a friend behind the scenes that are going to expedite your claim. We're going to be here to support you. So if you need information for either small business benefits or unemployment benefits, please contact our client service team, hello@integratedfg.com. We are continuously working through tax returns, but we're going to help you if you need documentation for those claims. My advice is to just apply for unemployment, and if you're eligible, apply for the EIDL and the PPP. We also know that there are some supplemental unemployment benefits on top of your normally calculated benefit that is calculated by your state unemployment agency of $600 per week. So for some clients, it might make sense to apply for unemployment immediately. Draw on your unemployment until you have your PPP funds. Then you can always go off of unemployment. You can do both all at the same time. Some other provisions that don't apply to too many people, that the required minimum distributions are going to be waived for 2020. There's going to be some tax deductions for charitable contributions. There's some student loan deferment and that sort of stuff. So there's going to be some more information coming through and some technical corrections by the IRS. But this summarizes the key CARES Act provisions. Please watch this video again if you need to, and use the links that we sent out. Understand we are doing our absolute best to reply to every email, every call within our 24-hour period, one business day rather, I should say, period. And we want what's best for you, and we're here to support you. Please stay healthy and have a great day.